Today we're stepping inside Vakil Bath, one of the most fascinating historic bathhouses in Shiraz, Iran. At first glance, this may look like just an old building, but once you understand its plan, its rooms, and the way people move through it, this place comes alive. Built in the 18th century under Karim Khan Zand, Vakil Bath was part of Shiraz's royal district, near the Vakil Bazaar, Vakil Mosque, and the Citadel. More than a bathhouse, it was a social and public space, originally made for the nobility. Today, as a museum, it offers a glimpse into Persian daily life, architecture, and the city's vision of comfort, beauty, and community. Before we step inside, please like, share, and subscribe. Your subscription is the best way to support the channel and helps me continue creating more videos that bring the history, beauty, and stories of places like this to life. A traditional Persian bathhouse was designed as a journey. You would enter from the outside, step into the changing hall, move gradually through transition spaces, and finally reach the warm and hot bathing rooms. In Iran, these rooms were often arranged in polygonal or octagonal forms under domes with skylights. So this was never just a building. It was a carefully planned experience. The first major space in a Persian bathhouse was the Sarbineh, the changing hall or vestibule. In many Iranian bathhouses, this was one of the most visually impressive rooms, often placed beneath a dome and organized in a geometric plan. It was a place where people arrived, sat down, changed, rested, talked, and prepared for the bath. In Vakil Bath, this space was not only functional, it set the mood. Before anyone reached the heat or steam, they entered a world of filtered light, vaulted ceilings, and measured transition. Bathing here was never rushed. It was a ritual of slowing down. From the Sarbineh, bathers did not move directly into the hottest chamber. Instead, they passed through intermediate corridors and transitional spaces. This was practical, helping the body adjust gradually, but it also reveals how intelligently these baths were designed. Traditional bathhouses move people through a sequence from cooler to warmer environments, reducing thermal shock and creating a more controlled sensory experience. These connecting areas may seem secondary, but they are part of the bathhouse's choreography. They control movement, privacy, temperature, and anticipation. This part of Vakil Bath was not only a passage between spaces, it also carried social meaning. In traditional Persian bath culture, some areas of the bathhouse could be used for special occasions, including pre-wedding gatherings and celebrations. At the heart of the bathhouse was the Garmkhaneh, the hot room. This was where the real bathing happened. In Iranian bathhouses, the hot section could include a larger central area and smaller surrounding rooms used for washing, private use, or different levels of heat. Iranian bathhouses also sometimes featured a central pool or basin, something noted as more characteristic of Iran than of many other regional bath traditions. One of the most impressive things about Vakil Bath is its engineering. Sources note that its walls and floors use sarouj, a traditional waterproof mortar that helped the structure survive moisture over time. Above, the bathhouse was lit by glass skylights set into the domes and vaults, allowing light in while preserving privacy. That balance is part of the genius of Persian bath architecture. Light but not exposure, heat but controlled, water but contained. Beauty, but never separated from function. Even the ceilings tell a story. The domes are not just decorative, they help manage space, temperature, and illumination, while giving the bath its unmistakable atmosphere. Vakil Bath is also known for its decorative world. Under its domed ceilings are paintings and motifs tied to Persian mythology, epic tradition, and religious narratives. And because the bathhouse is now an ethnographic museum, visitors can also see displays showing how people once used such spaces in everyday life. Sources mention costumed mannequins representing scenes of relaxation and bathing culture after the bathhouse experience. That museum layer is important. It reminds us that this was never just architecture frozen in stone. It was once animated by gestures, routines, and human presence. And here, we can also see the Khazineh, the reservoir section of the bath where water was kept for use in the bathhouse. In traditional bathhouses like this, there were separate areas for warm water and cold water, showing how carefully the entire bathing process was organized. This reminds us again that the bathhouse was not a simple washing space. It was a system designed around heat, water, movement, and comfort. Every section had a purpose, and together they created the full ritual of the bath. Here in Vakil Bath, this section is associated with wedding ceremony scenes, a reminder that the bathhouse was more than a place for washing. It was also a place of community, preparation, and ritual. Moments like marriage were surrounded by customs, beauty, and shared celebration. Vakil Bath is one of the best windows into the culture and daily life of historic Shiraz. Elegant, practical, social, and deeply rooted in Persian ideas of space and comfort. Built in the 1760s, preserved into the present, and now transformed into a museum, it still invites us to slow down and imagine the lives that once moved through these chambers. If you enjoyed this journey through Shiraz and historic Iran, subscribe and let me know in the comments. Which part fascinates you most, the architecture, the engineering, or the human story behind the bathhouse? Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next adventure.